Welcome. I just had to turn my music off. I'm sure it'll catch that little skip, but it was only 8 seconds. But that's all right. Okay, so today's live stream. What are we about to talk about? I got my cup of coffee. Yeah, it's pretty good. Do we have our donut today? I don't know. We'll see who comes in the room here. I think my gray hairs are going away. I don't have so many of them, but it's a little early yet today, but we'll see. Just enjoying my cup of coffee. We'll give it about a minute, let some people trickle in. I haven't been getting a whole lot of people here lately, but it is okay. Mm, You know, so this is, of course, StreamYards. Ooh, I thought I put the link in the comment. Hold on, we're going to post this. Where's the link? Don't know how to do this yet. Hold on. Okay, there we go. That'll work. So we got the StreamYards link up and running. Um, I know I went live yesterday and then I ended it early. That dude was playing around anyways, and then I had to go get some work done. It is what it is. You kind of gotta get stuff done in a day. I try to go live when I can, but after 30 minutes goes by, you ain't making no money. You're not really doing nothing. I don't mind going live. I don't mind spending an hour with you guys every day, but if it ain't making no money, then I'm really not into it. And it's not about the money. It's about finding people to come on and putting on a good show. But I can't put on a good show if you guys don't participate. So for those that don't come on the you know on the live stream or don't want to participate, I mean, if you don't want to be on YouTube, hey, then there's no money in YouTube. Then also donating is a big thing. That's how I make my money. That's how I make a couple dollars, and through donations. Please give what you can. I put in the description how to find my donation button / link on my main page. Uh, you can go into my about section, read a little bit about me, about how it all started. So, if you're new and you like it here and you want to stick around and you want me to go live a little bit more, maybe 3 times a day, definitely throw some money in on the deal and give a buck or two, and that keeps me wanting to stay live a little bit longer. But if not, I mean, you got to monetize your page, uh, overlay ads when people don't pay, and you got to make your money somehow and make them watch ads. But this for now is always has been ad free channel. I had a good little dream last night, and God gives me these things where I can see my family, and it's a blessing. You lay your head on your pillow and you get good sleep, and you get to get in that REM state and really good sleep. So I'm very blessed to have what I have. um, it's kind of like you never know what you're going to get from night to night. You never know what you're going to get given. I got possibly, I got an opportunity to buy a truck here come the third, and just blessings. You know what I'm saying? It's been a long time since I've ever, owned a truck, so I'm not sure if I'm going to buy it or not, but you just got to go check it out and see if it's still available. But you don't very often, you really don't come along $600 trucks anymore nowadays. So, but that's the StreamYard's link. Feel free to click on it and join the channel, or join instead of, because you don't have any input in the people. They always want to feel bolstered in what they're saying, and when you want to share, you want to be able to jump up on panel on any of my shows, and we sit here and talk and BS, and that's part of it. Is after sitting quiet for so long, like you want to talk about the issues that are going on in the gun violence and um, the violent gangs and the stuff in your city, but also Carolina and Fort Worth, people in the community that are being victimized and hurt and still brutally beaten by police. That just comes right back up. That's the forefront of why I'm here and what I do. I didn't quit doing what it is that I do just because I left for a year and a half. I don't ever quit the justice cause. Justice is always needed, and a well-informed militia is always needed to combat the violence and the tyranny of many, throughout the government, throughout the gangs, throughout the different ranks of people that need to be held accountable. So once you spot and see what is a bully, or what you see as someone that's just stealing or taking people's money, or putting out a product that isn't good for the mass of people, millions of people, but these companies, uh, at the high ranking, they're owners of Philip Morris Inc. They're selling Fireball to everybody. They're selling it on every street corner. Um, they're the machines are in all the lottery machines. They're the only way. They're on every square corner of your city street, and they're making your streets violent. And they don't claim any knowledge, or and again, once you start advocating for what is right, you see that people come after you more than before. They come after you with a vengeance. Again, don't get discouraged in what it is you're trying to do in life. There's times when you're going to have to go against the grain. Um, I listen to these people from way back in the day, and I think Tupac, and I think, um, you watch some of these police brutality videos on cable now. They're gaining traction, but on the opposite side of that, the people that like X, or some of these Facebook platforms, the only time they take a channel down is due to um, terroristic behaviors. So key word being, we must say that we love the police, and we must say that we care about um, all these fashions and forms of government and military, and all this other stuff. So we have to say that we totally comply. We totally agree with what they're doing, and we're totally not against them, and we're totally with you guys, because without you, I mean, who would keep us safe? I mean, it couldn't possibly be God, or the Lord, or Jesus himself, who died and paid for our sins. And God forbid anyone that comes to my rescue when I'm down and out and have nothing to eat. And God forbid that the man above can provide more than what you could possibly provide on your own, being a money hungry, grubbing, tax collecting person, entity. But again, we love you. We care about you. We wish nothing but the best for you. But are we going to put up with you taking and leaving people penniless and violent, and and they always say, well, violence is caused by a select few, or violence is caused. No, violence is, I mean, you drive your car down the street, but how many people are stressed out while they're driving to work, from work? They're hitting stuff, they can't afford to pay for it, they drive off whether they have insurance or not. They're all under the influence. Talk about it. It's like it's this elephant in the room that nobody wants to say. So what's up, News Now, Tammy Linlin? Nice to see you. It's a topic that people cannot get away from. They live it every day. They live in whether it's the ghetto or they live in a good part of town, they think this doesn't affect me. Yet everybody around them's driving very fast, very aggressive. You can't drive anywhere slow anymore. Everybody's trying to deliver Grubhub or their latest ride by night fantasy factory grocery service, or whatever you're doing for a job out there, like, and that's just it. Jump on and talk about what you do for a living, and then let's talk about how you drive and how many times you break the law in a day, and how long it's going to take you to get into a prison cell. It appears as we have our first guest, and it is
my ugly ass.
Welcome, Tammy. Yeah, that's good stuff. I should have let you have. Hey, how's it going? How you doing?
I'm glad to see you doing good, man. I'm glad you're out, and I'm happy to see you out, and I'm glad to see you're in good spirits, man.
Yeah, I try to keep it in good spirits. Oh, I hear the cock in the background.
Yeah, I got the roosters. Got 3 roosters and then about 14 hens out here.
When do we get to chop them up and eat them, or are they pets?
They're egg layers.
They're egg layers.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna come over when I need a good breakfast then.
Okay, there you go. I know
Good
Bubba
omelet.
wouldn't care. I know Bubba wouldn't care either. So
Bubba, yeah, that's a beautiful sound in the morning. That just made my morning, Tammy.
Awesome. Yeah, Bubba said he wished you'd come over one day. Anyway, he said he got to meet you down there at that damn barbecue that one time, and he said he might seen you again. So.
Yep, Amicola Falls. I remember it was a grand time, and you know what? Bubba was probably the only one that. I mean, he was definitely solid. Right. I get the plight of the situation, and the situation that I get, that he's in, and but it's good to see solid individuals and meet up with them down south in person. They're worth the 1,200-mile trip. I will never tell anyone you're not worth it, and you're not worth me coming to where you're at. I'm saddened that I get stuck in this city, kind of held down, but if you keep it positive and stick around positive people, yeah, they gain things, they gain property, they gain roots in where they're living and how they're living and their style of life. I love that. Bubba does it different than anyone else does it, so from what I've seen.
Yeah, well, me and him are pretty much the same on that, actually, except for I'm not in a wheelchair and all.
Right. But your way of life is the way you want to live, and that's how you're going to live.
Yep, that's it. And we also got what is it? I think it's 22 ducks now. So
yeah, bunch of ducks, little wood ducks, or what? Not the wood. What are they called? Mallards.
We got a few mallards, mostly them white Japanese type things. I'm talking about the big white duck.
Swans?
No, a big white duck.
A big white duck. Yep. Well, I'm gonna have to go research that one. I don't know what they're called.
Peking ducks. That's what they're called. Peking duck.
Peking or peaching?
Peking.
Peking.
Like Peking.
There you go.
King. King.
That's a
King.
what?
King.
A king.
E.
King.
King.
King. Yeah.
Right. Right.
Hey, you might have to put them on camera at some point. Maybe some people want to see some ducks. I don't know, or some roosters crowing at their, cock-a-doodle doo.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's a love-hate relationship here on YouTube. I love it. Got to come back to it, but I understand the gig's not for everybody. It's very hard to make what I need to make at this point, where I should be making at 30, 40 bucks an hour. I mean, it's hard. It's hard to come on here every day and say that it's worthwhile. Sometimes when you only got 4 or 5 people in your room, but I still find it very enjoyable. And I don't like when I talk to people like Mommy and Manny or Hunter or those guys that still are around to this day. Nothing bad's happened to them. If you're doing the right thing in life, things turn out for you. I can remember when the baby's first born and you're holding them down there in South Carolina, or North Carolina, and it's a beautiful thing. Like to see life and see people living their lives and being able to go down there and meet them. Even watching your struggles online and how much people they troll you or mess with you or but at the end of the day, when you're at the barbecue, everybody's polite, nice,
Right.
not never a better bunch of people. But you get caught up in these rooms and the drama, and things they spiral out of control, and they spiral out of control when left unchecked. YouTube can be very, very negative at times, and a negative point in your life.
Actually, I've gotten to the point I just laugh at it all, man. It's just so funny, I took a big break, did a lot of inner reflecting on myself personally and things like that, and now it's hilarious to me. These people that used to troll me and get a little bit under my skin, things like that, it don't bother me no more. I laugh at it. I think it's funny.
Yeah. It becomes comical after a while, but it doesn't deter me. It doesn't make me want to stop what I'm doing. It doesn't, dude. We have cops all over now.
Did you see what happened to? Did you see what happened to CFW?
Yeah, I got a call and a video forwarded to me. And so, does anyone know how she's doing now? Like, or is she still in a coma?
Well, the very next day after she got out, well, a couple days after she got out of the pokey, she was out auditing. And what scared me on that audit, there was a black cop that says something to the effect, you've already been put down once. Why are you out here again? That scared me for her because that sounded like a threat. You know what I'm saying? And that was on Matei's channel where he did that. And because I guess she was static because I didn't have her live. She might have been live and I just didn't have the channel she was live on. But I know Matei was the one that I was watching that on. And that scared me for her. Because that sounded like a threat, not a concern like the cop was trying to say. And I hope she's going to be all right.
Yeah, I hope so too. Obviously, if she got out of jail, but you don't get back head injuries. You don't get
especially
back.
At that age.
They slam you on the ground, and you're forever changed. And what you don't understand, they're 200-300 pound guy. I'm going to get my second cup of coffee right now, but it's so disturbing to watch what they do with impunity, and for some reason they don't get charged. And what I'm saying is, who did she hurt physically to be treated like that? So never am I going to say, talking to someone, like that lets you assault someone. I'm sorry, but you know, again, right is right,
Well,
wrong is wrong. So
honestly, FTP, she helped to get that guy reprimanded and things like that. When they went after, when that same cop, Matthew Kruger, went after Matei and for jaywalking, okay, and pulled his gun on the man and all of that and did excessive force then, okay. Then
yeah,
she helped get him in trouble with the force and reprimanded and things for that. I believe
but
that was straight up retaliation.
this has been a long list of going back and forth, and now the retaliation. So
Right.
you
That
see
was
that they can plan it now, and they know her. They know she's going to show up on scene, and then when she starts asking questions, they just now are just going to go physical with her every time.
right. Right.
But again,
And that black cop all but said that when he said, you already been put down once. Why are you out here?
because we don't quit. There's no such thing as quitting in what I do. If you do what is right and what is just under, let's say we're going by God's law, or let's just say we're going by their own laws that they don't follow. A well-informed militia is here now to take care of the problem. And when I say militia, people like you and me holding cameras that want what's right, and we don't want our children or our parents or elderly to be treated like this on the streets. Nowhere is that right what they did to her. She didn't hit anyone. She didn't kick anyone. She didn't spit at anyone. You can't say you have freedom of speech and then go and assault people. That's not how it works. That's never how it's going to work. And to be honest with you, many more will, in good conscience, many more will take the fall on both sides. There is a mini, it's a group, you know, and it just, that group is not going to quit because you say quit. And they're not going to quit because they think, well, we have something big on our hips. Well, we have something that we have to live by, and it's called a code of honor, ethics, morals, and values. And that's what we believe in, and that's what we demand. You may be in charge of America. We may all be slaves, and it may all just be a number. But, you know, and I said that's the biggest thing is once you speak out about the government, what happens after that, Tammy? Bad things.
Bad things, yep.
Violence, bad things.
Yep. I mean, hell, I mean, that shit just really worries me for her. It does. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I read into what that black cop said wrong, but it sure in the hell sounded like a threat to me.
Yeah. Well, I didn't hear, he said go to Mateo's channel, and I don't know if that's how you pronounce his name.
Not Mateo, Matei.
Matei. M-A-T-A-Y?
Yeah, M-A-T-A. Mateo.
Yeah. And, you know, I am a fan on my channel of promoting other channels because I don't have the support unless I support other people's channels.
Right.
So,
and that cop first said, oh, I was just concerned for her. And then when Mateo, excuse me, he said something about it. The cop said, well, I don't really know what happened. So how can you be concerned about something if you don't know what happened?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So the cop's a lying piece of sack of crap, and he threatened her.
Right. One backs the other as well as backs the other, and their stories all align. And they could care. Well, I don't know what happened. Well, I didn't see. You know, isn't it convenient? Right. But that entire video, I never heard CFW stop talking once. I never heard her
until she was knocked out cold.
Yeah, and then you could hear her like snoring. That's sick. It's sick.
Yeah.
Like, why would you not speak out about that? What is What is wrong with people that we've become so insensitized that we don't care about a 50-year-old lady? I don't know how old she is. I'm gathering in her 50s.
She's in her
though.
60s. She's in her
Holy.
60s.
You just don't do that to somebody. That's how you break bones and destroy people's lives. If you're gonna,
Well, she had a big old knot on her head, a possible fracture on her skull.
yeah.
Her orbital socket was broke. She had to get stitches over her eye, 12 stitches in her lip, and her shoulder, and her elbow was dislocated.
That was from one push or one slam on the ground or one. I mean, is that kind of what the story she's saying?
He flipped her over his shoulder and moved her 10 foot.
Oh my gosh. Like a football linebacker thing is what I'm envisioning.
I mean, it was nasty, dude.
And you want to promote they promote, like, let's say in this city you're promoting inclusiveness, letting everybody in, you want everyone to live together happily, but at the end of the day the only violent ones is, from what I'm seeing, are the people we're most scared of. And when I say scared, I'm scared of no one at this point, because I know that I'm truly free, and when I go to meet my maker, he'll be there waiting for me with his arms wide open, and love is love. So you're not going to tell me to derive love from hate. It's not going to work. And in no way, shape, or form. And that's where I got to be honest with myself. Yeah, the man I was before is not the man I am today. I've changed my view on things, and that has made me. But there's not a single time when I do not think that I should be recording these police, because they are pulling people over in massive droves around here. It would not take me, like, every 10 minutes when I'm going down to the PD, there's sirens all day, all night. If it isn't the cops, it's the ambulances. If it isn't the ambulance, it's the crime lab. If it isn't the crime lab, it's, and it's just one after another. Triple homicide with my friend involved. And when I say my friend, I mean someone I've known for 14 years. Just kicking back at a bonfire, triple homicide. And that's right here in Sioux Falls. It's sick. It's sick, Tammy. The gun violence, the gunplay, these people just out trying to have a couple beers. You can't even do that in a backyard anymore with your friends. People just want to get violent, and that's part of it. The alcohol makes the violent. It makes the violent time. But you watch people lose their entire families, their kids, they get divorced or whatever, and you see them, their lives just go to shit around here, because you don't have a place, a goal in life. You got to have that stability. And if I tell everybody, if you don't got that stability, you better move it up quick, and you better keep your feet moving. God doesn't want you to be fearful. He wants you to continue moving. Don't sit complacent, and don't get drunk, for he is like a thief in the night, and he'll take what he needs. He reaps what he sows what he reaps, and you should too. So whatever you're reaping.
Puget Sound down there was right. She was out cold, and he was yelling, "Stop resisting! Stop resisting!"
Yeah, stop resisting as she's snoring. I mean, how do you derive that she put up any fight at all? And yet you're still yelling so that nobody can hear, and then they shut her phone off like immediately. I just, wow. Like, I am dumbfounded here. I'm sitting here scratching my head going, wow, can you say you should owe our entire community $1.2 million, every member in it, and every member that videotapes it or has anything to do with it, we should all get paid, because everybody that watched that video has been horrifically victimized by this one police officer. So the state of Texas should have to pay.
I'm in agreement.
Yeah, I think reparations are in full swing now for many, many, many people. And so I think I just start writing a book about it, and how reparations are for sure enacted on my part now. Because if you ain't gonna pay, if you're not gonna quit doing what you're gonna do, well, how do we get you to pay and quit doing the bad act?
Right. Well, the thing is, here's another problem I have. That guy got fired from his first police job for excessive force.
Yeah. Yeah. So these cops all have a background that follows them. And when people file reports, it goes into their file. Pull the dude's file.
Well, hold on here. Hold on. The police union went in and had the paperwork changed so he did not lose his credentials to be a cop.
Yeah. He did what to avoid it? He changed his credentials.
The police union went in.
Oh yeah. Well,
and changed all the paperwork and what he got lost his job for, and so he could keep his credentials as a cop.
Yep, and they just move them. They move them around to a different area or precinct.
Yep.
Right, and that's the shell game that they play. Oh, cop over here, cop in Sioux Falls. You know, and I always say, if you're such a great police force, then why do more citizens of Sioux Falls not want to work for you? You got to ask yourself.
Right.
I got entire buildings of just people I don't even know. Murders happening, and I don't even know their last names. I can't even spell them. I can't read them. I don't even understand them. They're in a different language. How are you supposed to combat a problem when you open your borders of your city and let in everybody? And it just runs wild. Look, there's supposed to be a census or taken of names as to who is in your city and to who's around you. You should feel safe in your own city. But God forbid your town's just overrun with massive amounts of just lawbreakers, and nobody's got a job. Nobody's making money. Nobody's working for a common goal or good. But at the same time, I mean, we're speaking about the police here. I'm getting off subject, but it overflows into, if the police can't hold anybody accountable and the police can't be accountable themselves, then morally the system's just broken and we cannot recover, and we're just going to continually victimize each other. And the institution, as we know it, they're just going to continue building bigger prisons. That's sick. That's no way you want to live your life. Look, I'm not going to be scared. I'm not going to sit around here and be scared. You got to understand, I'm going to be here one day and the next day I'm going to be gone, because my home is not even my home. It's been uprooted, and dwellers and squatters are now here, and you can't get them to quit victimizing you, themselves, each other, women. I look at the victimization and I just see that it's everywhere you go. It's right when you step out your front door. The harassment is right when you step out your front door. The money grab is big. 3 months running after I got out of the pen, I had over $300 a month. Well, I'm going to say right about 200 going missing out of my account every month. Some dude was getting food off of my account. Unbelievable. You give your credit card information up, that's it. So honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, don't if you see me not using credit cards, I mean, that's the new way to go. Cash is king. All else, you don't even talk to me. And if you don't got $1 in your pocket, don't talk to me.
Yep.
And I try to say I need money.
You know what's even more worrisome is if Trump does get elected. He said he was going to do an executive order that would give unrefutable immunity to all cops.
Oh man, okay, that makes sense. I can't say the word That makes, you're using the word. I don't know if it's the best word for it, but
no, that's his exact word. That means it can never be challenged.
Yeah, with with no impunity, without
Yeah.
impunity. I don't know. Weird.
Yeah, he said that he wants to make the immunity for cops to be where it can never be challenged in court ever again.
Yeah.
So that's even more worrisome.
It just goes on and on and on, my friend. We're supposed to be best friends. We're supposed to have friends. We're supposed to love each other. We're supposed to love our neighbors. I can't do that. I'm sorry, but by the time you're in your complex and your neighbors are busy doing each other on the lawn and things are just totally out of control, and you can't report it to anybody because you can't even trust the cops. You see a victimization thing going on out on the lawn, you have to turn around, go back in your house, shut the door, because there's no way I'm filing a report. I would never use your service ever again, no matter what happened. And what I say to the victim is, learn how to forgive, because forgiveness is for you and not for them. You'll take back your power quicker. But if you dare to call and pick up that phone, you will be a victim for the rest of your life, and you will never get out of the cycle of being a victim. So you need to choose very carefully your lot in life. And
Right.
you just need to figure that these are all your brothers and sisters, and for they know not what they do. They're just acting like hooligans out there, thinking, well, this person's drunk or that person's drunk, so it's fair game. Well, it's not, and it's not right. But God forbid you speak up and say that it's not right. You become the pariah that is the odd one out, apparently. And they don't want to do their jobs. Instead, they want to get serviced in their police cars on their off time or while they're on duty. Pull up to one of their cars one time. Who's in their cars? 90% of the time, it's women. So what are the cops really doing but victimizing your daughters as they drive to work or school? Do the math.
Sounds. I want to respond to his executive orders. Don't mean crap. Well,
Don't mean crap. Puts the emoji. I like it.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, you are correct. It's just words on a paper, unless the law and the courts decide to recognize it.
The Supreme Court law of the land, and unless the law recognizes it as a law and enforces it as a law. So executive
it can't be a law because it's put out by the executive branch. Executive branch ain't supposed to be able to make a law.
Right, the judiciary,
the Congress and all of them, the legislative branch.
The legislature,
is what's supposed to make laws. So, needless to say, that's what I said. It's just words on a paper.
Right.
But it's if they decide to recognize them words on a paper or not and enforce it.
Yeah.
I mean, and honestly, I can see with our Supreme Court and our cops, of course, would support that.
The police are only there to generate revenue, to collect the king's taxes. Let's be honest. None of them have a soul. None of them have feelings. They're all narcissistic. And when I say all of them at this point, I have not seen one good one yet to date. And when I have superseded and said that one did the right thing and pulled the kid to safety, it has been all for nothing, because the next 6 end up drowning anyways, because you don't get there quick enough and your response time is now an hour. So where you had a good city, you let it get overrun by people that could care less about the city, and then there's nobody there to protect the borders. So Puget sounds right on point. He's always been on point, and about the time he started saying something bad happens, and how much filming and footage can you have before someone says, you're really going through hell here, and you make nothing for it, but you can video it all around you. Taggings, violence, machetes, guns in schools, guns in the malls, people holding, you can't even go to a nonprofit and not see with a gun hanging on someone's hip. The violence is everywhere. And how they talk to you, how they treat you. I look at it like this. It's not the gun that hurts people. People hurt people, but people with guns hurt people more than anyone else. Because if you hang out with people that don't have guns, you might be all right. So an advocate for gun, I'm probably not, but it's not the person that's going to, shoot you. It's the guy with the gun that shows up, and that's how, bad things happen.
Well,
and I know that
I hang out with a lot of people that have guns. I own a gun.
Right.
I got a shotgun right next to me.
Well, I don't.
But I ain't going out and killing people with it.
Right. I don't acknowledge that I have one because I'm a registered felon. But at the same time, any gun that I do possess, it doesn't have numbers on it. Anything that I do, it's not something that I want traced back to me. And the purpose is when you use it, it's a throwaway. And a lot of people won't say that. They won't just come out and say, hey, I got this from under the seat of some random dude's truck bed, They're not going to talk like that. But the honest truth of it is my government doesn't have my back. The federal government doesn't know what it's doing. The FBI doesn't know what it's doing. That is not good.
They know exactly what they're doing, and it's working very well. For
them. I don't know what's working for them, but
that's what I'm saying. It's working very well for them, and it's called disruption of us to keep us from actually trying to take care of them as a problem.
But you'd have to be out of your mind if you didn't have a machete within 5 feet of you. Do you know what I'm saying?
I got a machete, I got 4 knives, and I got my shotgun. All within hand's reach.
Pretty much. Look, I mean, here. If you don't have this, and that's within hand's reach, that's just me getting up. And if you don't go over to the drawer and pull out that big, look, it's not a joke. None of it's a joke. It doesn't matter, dude. You say what you want. You can do what you want. But at the end of the day, I don't know anyone that isn't holding right now. If I go over to someone's house, you're holding. You got something. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter if you're on paper, off paper. It doesn't matter. You can say you're doing what's right. You're not doing what's right. You got to get offline. You got to not say nothing. I'm not going to not say anything anymore. My life is an open book. You like it, you don't like it. I can go sit here. I can go sit back in there. I can go sit wherever it's, dude, they beat each other up worse than with no weapons. They rip off bars of beds and they beat the crap out of people. That's on the inside. And I'm not scared there versus I'm not scared here, because money runs everything. If you got the money, you got the control, even in there. You control the guards, you pay the guards do what you want, and you bring in what you want, and you take out what you want. Tell me I'm a liar. Tell me that you don't own 50,000 inmates. You put 50,000 inmates. I mean, it is what it is. You're not going to tell me what I can have. You're not going to tell me what I can't have or what I'm supposed to have. You're not going to tell me what I can smoke, can't chew, what chewable. It's not going to happen, dude. I'll say it right here. I'll say it on YouTube. I'll say it to everybody. I'll say it on a live stream. I'm just not scared anymore, because you let in 50,000 immigrants to do whatever they want. Now, who's going to handle it? I got to handle my own. So come on in and let's talk. We'll see what happens when you try to take my stuff from me. We'll see what happens when your hand tries to steal from me. So let that officer come in here and try and take something.
I want people to look at something. I want people to go and rewatch the old movie called Red Dawn. Not the new one.
Not the new
one.
one.
The old one with Patrick Swayze in.
Right.
And listen to the Colonel's explanation of how the United States was taken. And then see what's going on today. The only difference you have is they said China was on our side. China's not on our side. That's the only thing that's different in that whole explanation. Just saying. That should be concerning to you and anybody else. And there's over 480 known terrorists that have been let into the United States as per Congress, that no one knows where they went.
Right. And nobody's asking any hard questions. Nobody cares. And so if you don't take up what you need to take up right now, you've lost. If you're not on it, and I'm telling you, there's 4 to every one of us right now. Go out your front door and then tell me that car is not filled with 4 or 5 people. They're actually working together, getting jobs together, piling their money up, stockpiling their money up. They're way richer than you. You don't know it.
Correct.
You don't acknowledge it. You don't assess how big of a threat they are. They can move way quicker than you can move because there's 4 of them paying for that car payment. The reason our cars are jacked up and we can't afford them is because 6 of them are buying all them trucks, all them diesels, all them flatbeds, all the cube trucks, all the semis. We can't afford any of it. So who runs the industry and the money side of things and the transportation of goods and services? It all gets to us through them because they're the harder workers. You know what I'm saying? You just give away all your rights. You give away your freedoms that you have for all that free stuff. You want to sit on the couch, collect that paycheck, but you don't want to go work for it. You don't want to. It's amazing. It's amazing that they don't see what they're doing. Look, I'm not going to judge you. Go ahead, give away your freedoms. And when you lose your house because of a fine print era, or you get drunk one day and someone comes by and says, here, sign these papers. And all of a sudden, I own your house. Okay? You say it's illegal. I say it's legit. How do I do it? How do you move into a mansion? Well, I don't know. You get the guy drunk and you tell him to sign some papers. And next thing you know, in his drunken stupor, he signed away his papers. That's not right. That's a crime. You can't do that. You can't say that. You can't talk like that. Yeah, but that's what they're doing. How do you think that they own?
Or they're walking in. Here's what they're doing.
Eminent domain.
Every state allows this. Okay, they'll walk in to a house. They'll put a thing saying that I'm living in this house for 6 months in a paper, and also have mail coming to that address for 6 months.
If you get 2 pieces of paper,
that's now become their residence, and they could go sign papers legally without anybody's permission to take that house.
I don't know. I don't. And some states work different than others, but they're all pretty much the same when it legality. But how do you get squatters' rights staying somewhere for 2 months? Never have I stayed anywhere where I'm unwanted. I'll just move on, But like I said,
because
there comes a point
they made it illegal for people to protect their property. except for here in Tennessee. Here in Tennessee now, if someone tries to squat in your house, you have the right to go in there armed and remove them.
Yeah. Well, you should be able to. I don't know. See, again, imagine this. There's 4 of them and there's 1 of you. What are you going to do? Now,
you get 4 or 5 of your friends to go in there armed and tell them to get the fuck out.
Yeah, armed, but armed. I mean, you're not going to go in there not armed. You're not going to say, I'm not going to do that.
See,
I'm
it's
on
legal
paper, by
though
the
now.
way.
See, it's legal now here in the state of Tennessee. They passed a law to where you can legally do it.
Yeah.
Where most states you cannot legally do that.
Can't go into someone else's house. Well, I got people there like, oh,
No,
I got my whole life.
You can't go into your house and remove a squatter.
Right, dealing with that with the girl already is she's like, I lost my whole house and dude moved into my house. He's doing drugs in my house and I can't get him out. And he filed a protection order against me. Well, that's the system. Sorry. And because you're an alcoholic, you can't fend for yourself. You can't even defend yourself. Well, how is that not preying upon people that are addicted and then using the system to your advantage to get people where you need them to be, which is in jail or in prison? This system is broken beyond repair. I don't think I'm broken beyond repair. I think the system's broken beyond repair. My thought process is I've never seen anything so dysfunctional in my life. And in fact, living in the ghetto, I feel much better, much safer. And I know that I am surrounded by a lot of amigos that nobody's coming in or out of here. It might as well be training day all over again. There's a lot of pregnant people. There's a lot of people that I guess they're just living life, but they don't have men with them. They don't have anyone to support them. They borrow stuff, a cup of sugar, bags, anything. So for me, I just find that that's hilariously funny. Like, you have thrown every man in jail that could buy anything for anybody, and you leave these girls here to just get, I mean, these are 20-year-olds. They're just to get victimized by the entire community. The cops don't even come in and they don't go out. They pretty much, they'll take someone, I suppose, if they have a warrant, but for the most part, they can't even get in the buildings. They do come in, but there's no money in it. Even when you pull them out of these buildings, there's so many of them, and they don't keep documentation on them. There's 10 of them in one apartment. I've never seen anything like it. And the company stands by it. They let it happen. But so they're like, we don't let violent people here. Well, that's not true at all. That's a lie, because everybody in here, when I see it at night, it becomes popping, people starting fires. You know, a lot of activity, and that's what I see. I see what do you call it? Tinfoil on the windows. It's the most horrific thing since I was a kid. It's the most horrific thing I'd have to sit here and say that I'd have to watch. And the smells of everything. There's nothing I don't smell in this building or any other building. It you know, again, I just telling the truth. I mean, it's the honesty that is brutal, because that's every apartment building in America. You could put me in the high rise in a Hilton, they're still going to be smoking, and it's still going to smell in the building. And so many people are packed into the IHGs or the motels. They're doing whatever they want to do, truly. Like in life, it's total chaos, and freedom reigns, and no respect for anyone. So when they come down, they trample your stuff, they break your stuff, they get drunk in your hotel, and then they're off. And they got so much money that they can do it, because they're outlaws. They're not in-laws. They don't follow the laws. They do whatever they can to put the money where they go, where the money is, and they know it works, and they're not scared, and their feet just keep going.
Why do you think they didn't want them up there in the Hamptons?
Right. Right.
If they were such good law-abiding citizens, they would have welcomed them in.
Yeah, come on in. You're paying taxes. You're this. You're that. No, they're not. They're not paying for nothing. They're getting everything for free. What do you get for free? You'd say you get nothing. Well, they're getting a whole hell of a lot because the cops are supporting them.
$5,200 just across the border. Then $2,000 a month, which that's more than anybody on SSI.
Yep.
Not retirement SSI. I'm talking regular, like disability SSI.
Listen to me. I've gotten pennies. I live for pennies compared to what these people are bringing in and bringing over the border and what they're doing business as. And yet they come here and we give them free donuts, free burritos in the morning. We give them things in our daily.
And they demand more.
They demand more. It's not enough for them. They want to take your cars, take your women, take your kids. They want to place their house right on top of your house. They want to do business. I don't know. Every construction company is filled with these hard workers, and it's your employers that you need to be pissed off at, because the people that need the concrete laid, the hard work.
No. I'm gonna stop you right there. No, it's our society that you need to be pissed off at, because the man that I work for in construction has tried to not have Mexicans in his construction company. He tried. He tried for 5 years. He could not get enough workers to build a house in a timely manner that he would not lose money without them. So our society has gotten so lazy that people don't want to work.
Puget, are they hard workers or are they just cheap labor? Let's figure it out. Because they go to work at 5, 6 a.m. Yeah, it's a give and take, but they'll do it for cheaper than any one of us will, and they're happy to do so. And I know this from now. I'm busy driving for 60 miles for $20. So trust me in what you'll do for $1. I'm making less than any one of them on any crew. You know, like, hey, poor me that I have a bad back, but who's helping me? Nobody. Who helps me wash my dishes? Who helps me change my cat litter? Nobody. Who's my slave? Nobody. Just me. Just me. You know, but and I said, take all the free stuff and kick rocks, you know, because I got to do it on my own. These people aren't going to come over here and work for me.
And I will say, the ones that are working are hard workers, but they work cheaper. Both. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. About 90% of them are not working. They're just drawing a check off our government. And that's a proven fact.
No matter what, it comes from us anyways. It's our tax money. It's our money. It's money that banks are paying out to these companies, and all that money just goes into the workers. So literally, it looks like you might as well just go build a pyramid, you know, in the middle of Jerusalem, like it was. But it's done off of slave labor. Yell at your crew, tell them what to do. They act like they're skilled, but the honest to God truth is they're sitting under the tree eating jalapenos. I don't get it. I never in my life. I'm not. You're eating better than me off of rice and beans. You can do it for cheaper. And America just doesn't get it. They're ready to move on and utilize whatever they need to get their roads built for whatever the lowest cost possible to the lowest bidder.
Right. And right now, I see this all the time down here, like at the truck stops or whatever. Now, the truck stop down here is hiring at $20 an hour for a cashier.
Yeah.
Then you walk into the truck stop and they demand you use the self checkout.
Oh, demand. You can't get someone to ring you up anymore. And if you are, you're going to stand in line for a half an hour. And then the self checkout.
So, so why are they getting $20 an hour?
People at the self checkouts, Tammy, they're just taking stuff, putting it in their bag. They don't even ring it up. They're like, oh, I'll pay for one of these and then I get one for free. And I'll pay for a thing of cat litter and I get one for free. There's no paying for products. And then people leave their money behind. They leave their bags of groceries behind. And then you just walk behind them and grab them and head out. All of a sudden you came up $80 worth of stuff. What? When did this start? Because when I went in, nothing was like this. People paid for their stuff. Sometimes you see security guards, but not very often. The foods.
Well, like we go to all the stores. So let's take Walmart, for example. Walmart now has a law, has a rule in place. If they can make it out the door, you can't do anything.
No. So if I put my stuff in with paid stuff and I mix it around, chances are you're not going to go in there for a $5 item or a $20 Chinese item. So you're not even going to stop me at the door because you don't know what got scanned and what didn't get scanned. And even though you're searching the camera, you got to watch 20 registers at once. You just don't have the manpower. And you got 50,000 people. You can't even, who was that person? You don't know. They're not even from here. They're not from your town. They're not even going to be here. They're passing through, going to see Mount Rushmore.
Yep. You're right.
Oh, I don't know. Like what? I'm just looking at what's going on and I'm like, I get free stuff now. Like all of a sudden, my milk's free. My eggs are free. If I got 2 cartons of eggs, I only scan one and walk through with the other one. It's just free. Free. If you buy 2 things of donuts, you scan one and put both in. I don't understand it. Like, what is this? This is like living for free.
Pretty much. But you gotta look at it this way. Let's take Walmart, for example, where you're paying, let's say $40 for a fishing pole. I'm going to say a fishing pole because I just bought one for $40. They only paid 10 cents for that fishing pole because they bought it in such a bulk rate that they get it for 10 cents a piece.
10 cents or
so they
$2.
ain't losing money. That's how they get record profits, even though there's record theft.
Yeah. It's theft on them. It's theft by deception. It's theft by conversion. It's theft by the thing that they're speaking out about, and then they jack up the price. It's price gouging. You need a headache pill, and they want to charge triple for it. Well, okay. I'm gonna go to the dollar store and get it now. So instead of shopping at Walmart, now we go over to the dollar store. Stuff's $1.25.
Oh, by the way, that's which is owned by people that are also members of the Walmart family, the Walton family.
The Walton family, Waltons. Yeah, dude, I don't know, man. We're in some tough times here. I'm seeing some, but I don't know what to do other than eat cheap. You know, like, and they make a lot of money even off a $1.25 item. That's $1.25 for a Snickers bar. You know that Snickers bar never went up in price.
Where? Because here in Tennessee, it's $2.85 for a Snickers bar.
Go to the dollar store. An ice cream Snicker bar is $1.25.
That's where I'm talking about.
What?
We're paying here in Tennessee, at the dollar store, $2.85 for a goddamn Snickers bar now.
Okay, so what you do is you stick one in your bag, and then you stick one in your pocket, and you walk out the door. They're charging you double what they're charging us. How's that right? It's not okay. So you got to set the record straight. So it's up to you to be your own policing person. Like, okay, so I paid for one, I get one. BOGO, you know?
Well,
I'm
to me,
sorry,
that's
man.
just to get everything I stand for. I can't do that.
Remember,
I
remember
just don't
this.
buy it.
I know, because you can't afford it. But look, I can't afford 90%, but I got to eat. I have to eat. My bare minimum is, I go into Aldi's, I spend $60 on food per week. That's a lot of money. That's adds up.
Especially at Aldi.
That's at Aldi's where stuff is $1.20. I really got to watch prices because they go up, they go down, they fluctuate, they switch the prices on you. If you're not watching what you're putting into your cart, they're setting the price on it, and they like to do the okey doke where 1 week your eggs is $1.85 and the next week it's $4. Where
Right.
are you guys pricing your shit? Why is there no consistency? You
I'm
got
in
a pallet
agreement.
load full of shit, and then who knows if it's even good? Now you're recalling shit because the chicken's bad.
Yep.
Rubbery ass chicken from Slim's Chicken. I've never tasted chicken that tasted worse. What'd you do? Beat the chicken the entire time you owned it? I mean, look, jokes are jokes, but with all joking aside, man, we're going fucking hungry and we're eating some garbage ass shit. Meanwhile, China's over there eating our filet mignons.
You're correct. I was gonna say, did you know that thanks to Trump, not Biden, not Obama, Trump, 75% of our beef gets shipped to China now. See, I'm not a Trump fan.
Well, and the corporations don't care. They just raise their prices, and eventually we take the charge, right? Because we get caught walking out with 2 fucking Snickers and we only paid for 1. And now all of a sudden you're a white thief and we want to take your hands off and jail you and imprison you for 30 years for a Snickers bar. Because,
Right.
It's okay what they're charging. And if you don't do what we do, we beat you into submission. Okay, dude, do what you're going to do, but I'm still free at the end of the day. And my piece of pizza, I only paid for 1 piece and took 2.
Right.
But you ain't charging me $7 for a piece of pizza. Dude, that's the whole pizza price, fuckers. It used to be Little Caesars was $5 pizzas. I go in for a year and a half, 2 years, and I get out. My pizza's $15. Triple times for a thing of breadsticks. How can I? Dude, it's been $5 for the last 10 years running. What changed? Now you got to triple the price? You're telling me that pizza sauce and giving people diabetes and that costs $15 a piece?
Well, let me tell you now, before the pandemic, an average house cost right at about $80,000 to build. Now it's costing right at $150,000 to build that same house.
How much?
$150,000.
Yeah. Well, I'm just like, go get lumber from your local house that's being built. Just pull up with your flatbed pickup truck and just grab the wood and then go build the fucking barn yourself. The wood's just sitting out in fields anyways.
Well, the thing is, that's what people are doing. And that's the problem. You can't even find pallets anymore around here.
Oh, pallets of wood? Yeah, they're locked up.
I mean, pallet wood is gone. Now, like old barns, they're selling them for $2,000 and $3,000 for a small barn. A big barn's $8,000 to $10,000 or more.
Yeah. Tin, the metal industry.
When I was a kid, we used to tear them down for free and get paid to haul off the trash.
Well, it was fun just going in, attaching a rope to the I-beam and the load-bearing wall and rip them down for free.
Right, and then they would pay us to haul off the lumber and shit.
Just because they didn't want it. It was an eyesore.
Right. Now
make money
you're paying out the ass. It's the same thing.
Even when a tornado rips through here, nobody gets rid of anything. They pick up the bricks and they go rebuild somewhere else.
Yes, Puget. Our government from the top down is a piece of poo. Oh, I'm in agreement. I don't like anybody that we have, uh, because also it's like, if you do listen to Congress, they give you the facts, which is great, but all it's done is turned into a great big reality TV show that all they do is talk, 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 and nothing's getting done except for your rights being taken more and more and more because they keep passing new laws to take your rights away. That's it. It's messed up, man. I mean, very messed up what's going on in this world today, especially here.
They drive you to steal, right?
Correct?
Because they jack up the prices. You can't afford nothing, and they drive up the prices on the products. Kids can't afford nothing. You can't afford diapers. A thing of Meow Mix is, I mean, look, instead of going to get my own, I just go to the homeless shelter and get free dog food. You know what I'm saying? I can't pay for it. You know, like, hey, someone else has got to pay for it. That's how it is. Don't pay for anything. Go get it for free. So as long as I have gas in a car, I'm good. You know, and then just go to the churches and get free gas money. Who's getting all the money?
Well, that's even gotten more and more expensive to have a car.
I mean, I don't know what to tell people anymore. Like, you're gonna have to, like, once you wind up with nothing in America, you soon see that everything becomes yours. Because now I have no limits to what I have to do, to how creative I have to get, and who I'm gonna have to. What business is weak? What church is weak? What church feeds you a meal? I have to go eat at those churches now. It's not a joke. Where I used to be able to afford, now I have to take. And the dynamic has changed. It's a free for all, and everything's for free. And if they don't, their church won't be there anymore. It won't be standing because nobody respects it. So if they're not giving back what we're giving them, and we get nothing for our money, and they're not doing the community service that they're supposed to be doing, we notice it really quick now because they're just take. I mean, at least give us some diabetic or diabetes donuts and put them out during the service so I can go get free coffee, free donuts, and free breakfast burritos. But if you're not going to do that and you're not going to cook for us, we're not coming to your church. That's as simply put. So once every Sunday, that's your ritual. And you have a church that you go to in the morning. You have a church you go to at night just to eat. That's just to get by on the Sunday. Yeah. And you're like, geez, you spend $10 just in gas going to eat. Yeah, because it beats spending $10 for a Whopper Junior at Burger King. I'm not going to pay $7 or $10 for a Whopper. It isn't. I'll go home and package up my 10 pounds of hamburger and throw a little bit on the stove. Come on, dude. And even then, I'm going to have to get a cow. We're talking about half cows, quarter cows. What can we buy? You know?
Right.
Where can we get these cows from? Who's selling a whole cow?
Or now you even got to worry about if it's lab meat or not. That you don't know if it's been, lab meat has not been tested on humans to know if it's going to hurt you or not.
Whatever hurts you, I want to sell you. Whatever hurts you the most, I want to get it, buy it, donate money, invest in it. Whatever's going to kill you the quickest, that's what I want to be in for my stock. That's what I invest in. So if people die the most over gold and acquiring it, that's what I want to donate in. And what everybody else thinks is fancy and shiny, that's what I invest in. And I've never lost yet. The one stock that I invest in never lost because they hurt people, they kill for it, and they dig into the side of mountains to get it. And it doesn't argue back. It just lets you go get it.
Yep.
Again, fail safe money. It's if I'm a couple cents here and there and I'm gaining, that's it. That's all I need to know is I'm gaining. But I start at 20 cents. Start at penny stocks. Don't start at a $300 a month stock, or I'm sorry, a $300 a share stock.
Mm-hmm.
Just know, it's so rigged against you. You need to do some stuff that is going to hurt some people, and you're going to have to do it knowing that you're committing Harry-Carry, and you need to get by. And there's nothing you can do to get around it but drag your neighbors into it. Like, hey, neighbor, you want to team up here? By the way, man, I got this bottle here for you, and man, it's been sitting there and I won't drink it, but if you want to drink, man, it's only $30, here you go. But it'll get me some gas money to go eat at my church, and I'll be able to eat and while you're busy being an alcoholic, and look, it's a bad way to talk. It's so not who I am as a human being. But I've had to degrade myself to such a level that I have no morals and no values. I just go get stuff for free now.
A lot of people have. So far, I've found ways around it. But I survive off of the slam. That's why.
You're doing the right thing by going out.
That's the only way I can make ends meet, though, is to live off the land.
Plant tomatoes and we're getting flooded out, and all it does is rain around here. Everybody's crops are gone, dead. They're soon finding out that they can't even provide for their own family now, and they're on the news crying the blues.
You do it right, you can make enough food, like you as a single person, you can make enough food in your house to survive, and you wouldn't have to worry about the rain.
To garden, hunt, and trap. Yeah.
That's what I'm doing.
Go to, and the only place you should be shopping at is clothing is hand-me-down thrift stores. And even then they want $8-10 a pair of pants. I won't do it. I will not do it. I go to the local church, and when they stick out a pair of pants, hey, if they're too big, I'll put a belt on them and I'll make them work. And I'll eat the fuck out of some donuts and grow into them.
Yep.
I don't know, dude. I'm gonna die like the rest of them, and what I eat is no better than what you're eating. So the worst of the worst, I'm shoveling it in.
Yep.
And I got coffee, and I got to hustle for that, and I got to get it for free. So, and I do bring home the bacon. So, I don't just sit complacent. But again, there's going to be a day when the disability really kicks in, and it really. The more people that punch me in the head, it doesn't get any easier providing. It gets very hard, and the back hurts some days, and it's hard giving your cat food and your dog food. But you know what? I don't quit, and whatever I want, I get. And so if I want cats and I want dogs, I get them, and I provide for them. And forget it. If my family doesn't get it at this point, and they don't care and they don't see what I provide and stick on the table, I know I'm still surviving. It ain't going to matter to me whether I'm getting 3 meals a day and three squares a day plus a bed. That's a win-win. You want to throw me in and fine, I won't produce nothing for you. I won't build nothing for you, and I won't hold a job down while I'm in. I'll just sit there and sleep. You utilize very, and a lot of people die and they get blood clots and they no exercise. And you got to continue sitting up in your bed. You got to continue working your muscles out. You got to continue strangling people and hurting people and victimizing each other in there because it keeps it fun. Oh, he, choke them out and watch them pass out and come back too. Hey, fun for everyone. There's no guards around. There's no nothing. Lawlessness in, lawlessness out, and I'm now an outlaw. I'm not an in-law, So no love lost for anyone, and nobody gets hurt by what I do. And if your credit card number goes missing, or your address gets in a scam online, or everybody gets their stuff put because people are grabbing people's card information, sorry. But it only hurts the banks. It's only going to hurt you temporarily. Forget your credit. This is what you signed up for in America. So just let me eat off of your credit card for a couple months. You'll never know it's missing. I just don't know. 250 to 300 push-ups a day, says Puget Sound. Good morning, Puget Sound. Look, man, and you know it's going to get late here. Look, I'll give you a little sneak peek of what we got going on here. Just this little guy. He's, you know, hey, what are you going to do? Curiosity killed the cat. You know? What are you going to do? It just...
And, you know, Desert Goat there, he's got a good point. Sewing machines, knowing how to grow stuff, you know, having extra food, that's going to be the new currency, not gold.
How to
not any precious metals.
No, it's a tomato. It's some rhubarb. If you look right now, I got rhubarb on my table. You know what I'm saying? I'm eating good. Yep. You don't know. You like, y'all wanna here. I don't lie. I don't lie. Like, it's just one of them things. What you see is what you get now. Like, here, this is only 2 sticks of it, but
you're right.
You can see the dirt. You know? You make it into a pie. Like, I go and when we buy dishes, we buy old dishes, like on the old patterns.
Yep.
Little casserole, you know, like we're cooking with stuff that it's just glass. It's Pyrex. It's back from 1960s. We're buying old people's stuff. That's all you can afford. You're buying
that's
antiques.
What you want to afford. Because that stuff right there is not going to make you sick. This new non-stick shit and everything else like that is making people sick too.
Amen. Amen. I'm glad you see it. But I'll go back to my old ways any day. Don't tempt me. Because the way she was shopping before was, I mean, everything had to be the biggest, best, most greatest, but at the same time, you're getting sicker than fuck eating off of it.
Right.
You know? Right. You're getting diabetes, you're getting cancer. Hell, I'll go back to my clean ways. And Joy or Dawn makes really good dish soap, and you know, you might have to buy that. But you know, gosh, I've already downed
That's all I ever
use. Yeah.
That's all I ever use is Dawn.
It's clean, I don't know. You get your stuff. Hey, use your Dawn dish soap in your clothes. Wash your clothes in the bathtub. Again, there's no reason to go spend $4 at a laundromat. I do take my stuff to a laundromat from time to time, but I don't know, guys. I mean, you got to think outside the box today. Versus if your dryer takes a crap, you got to hang your clothes up like you did back in the old days. Hang it outside on some clothes hangers.
Yep.
If you got to install a pole and run a string across and call it yours, even in the apartment complex you're in, use air. It's free, sustainable.
I tell you what, I knew a lady down in Florida that she had one of them little kiddie pools that you buy.
Puget Sound. All I'm getting is feedback. I don't know what's going on. You broke up, Tammy. I don't know what's going on. Still hot, still good. Hey, when's the last time you had some of this? There's your honey. It's good honey too. I don't know if anybody can hear me now. Where did he go? Hold on. Oh, there he is.
I moved to a different spot by accident, and it
Oh, yeah,
messed
that's
up my
okay.
signal.
Yeah, well, internet's not the greatest either, is it?
No, it's, but I knew a lady down in Florida. She went and bought one of them $15 kiddie pools from Dollar General, and that was her washing machine.
Perfect. Yep, and I've seen the old crank to dry them or rinse them. Put your shirt
she didn't
in.
even do that. She threw it. She washed it out in the kiddie pool. She wrung it out by hand and threw it on a dryer, clothesline to dry.
And I'm learning if you shop at Temu or whatever, you can get your shirts for like $5 or $2, and then they're lightweight shirts for summer. And you basically, the water comes out of them way quicker than if you go with a thick pair of pants, you know?
Yep.
I don't know. It is what it is. It's throwaway, but it works for a month or two and 3 months, and you order another shirt. Throw that shirt away once it gets holes.
Desert Goat, you are correct. You'd be surprised how basic skills it can be useful from 200 years ago. That is such a correct statement. Believe me, that's what I've been reverting to.
PDF says he's blocked. Well, if you're blocked, I mean, I don't know. It is what it is. I don't see a reason to block you, PDF, but I don't know. Be good. If you're in here and you know there's a couple blue wrenches hanging around, be good in my room. Be cool, honey bunny. That's what I always say. I don't need the drama. I have enough of it in my life. Know that I'm always constantly elevating, getting money, and I got to get my own money on my own channel. I got to be a little greedy about my own sobriety, and that means I got to eat like a fat boy. And you know, it doesn't necessarily involve you or not involve you, or what I got to do is different from what you got to do in Florida. I don't play with your money. Don't play with my money. It's just common respect between people in the community, you know, and if you're not going to act in a certain proper, respectful way, I will definitely correct you and we'll definitely deal with it as it comes up.
Well, also, people need to remember when they make statements in chat, if YouTube don't like it, they're going to remove it for you. And I've had that happen to me several times. People are like saying, I've never seen what you said. I've never seen what you said. So.
Yeah. Well, there's words, keywords that I can have banned. And then there's words that YouTube, if it is persistently bad, they can come in there. And yeah, nothing is free. You know, even what I say, this isn't free. This is what you call being an outlaw and doing things with no pay in mind. And I know that I'm not making, they caused my entire, you know, if I was making 136 every 3 months or whatever I was making, it's gone now. You know, you sit in jail or prison for long enough, you don't have no more income. So it's all gone, and it quit. And I didn't get mail, and I didn't get my mail in there, and they pretty much destroyed everything I had. And then they tried to have my phone number wiped out, let someone else take my number, and they sold everything out from under me. So even if you think your phone number is yours, it's not in America. So guess what? When I take it from you or your number, well, tough titty, you know, it's not yours, and it never was. And your house isn't yours either. So when I come by and say, I want your house, I like it, and you need to get out, hey man, we're commandeering this motherfucker for what I need it for. Because, you know, I need a new truck, or I need a garage, or I need a lift or a hoist, or, you know, just remember, it wasn't done to me nicely, and it's not going to be done to you nicely. So it is what it is. And if you don't like it, then, you know, that's just, you got to get with the game, because the game ain't going to be played the same as what it was before. It's nothing personal. It is just business at this point. And you guys can claim felony, you can claim breaking the law, you can claim he just says whatever he wants to say and he has no filter. Yeah, you're right. And I laugh about it too, because it's actually, it's really funny. We just sit and joke around about it. But
Desert Goat, I've gone as far as in the past washing my clothes in a river or a creek by hand and letting it dry out in the air. So, yeah, 1939, screw that. You at least have washers then. I'm going back to the 1800s, man. It is great, though, when you do have tools that make it easier. But everybody can go back to that if they need to. See, a lot of people confuse wants with needs. And I've seen that time and time again.
oh, well, they're busy, the wants, hitting the happy button. I mean, look, just know, like, it's a funny thing. It's a funny thing when you look at, what was I gonna say? The police. Oh, what is a political prisoner? What does that mean to be a political prisoner? You went to prison for a political reason. It was a political agenda the entire way, and they made a mockery out of you, and basically they can do it to anybody. So they do it to the rich people because they have money. Well, so what I aim to do now is you stay off the radar. You don't say anything controversial about the establishment, which I don't do. I just talk bad about it anyways in general. They're going to make you out to be the villain that you are. You're a bad man. You're a lawbreaker. You are non-patriotic. They're going to continue the assault upon your character, your credit. I don't care. I don't have anything on my credit. I don't use my credit. Anyone that wants to use it, go ahead and use it. It's good at this point. And they might give you a car. So someone that's making 5 figures, if you need somebody with some credit, I'll give you a name, a social, the number, fucking whatever. You can have it. And maybe you can get yourself a Mercedes Benz in a couple years or build it up. I don't know. But filing bankruptcy 3 times, the only thing I do know is debt. And I don't want it anymore. And I don't wish to use the credit system, financing system. If I want a car, I'll go out and take it. You know, it's that simple. If I want to go rent a car or rent a U-Haul, I'll do it. I'll just pay cash for my vehicles. It's okay. And again, you don't like what I say, or, oh, he said he was going to steal something, or he did it on camera. Yeah, right. Fucking A. What you see is what you get. Well, he had this on him. Yep, you're right. Was it in my hand? Yes, it was. Was it a prop? No, it wasn't. It was fucking real. Dead real. I mean, come get it if you really want it. You don't got to put no extras on it. It is what it is. Now it's Thug Mark. It isn't, hey, this is just Mark. He's just God-fearing. No, I am God-fearing. So you're going to get what you get, and you're not going to throw a fit. Period. The end. Well, people don't just come out and act like that. They just don't say things like that. Well, you know, you got to end up in the loony bin a couple times before you get it not twisted. You get it right. Like, hey, bro, put me in the smock jacket. Make me fucking buck ass. I don't care. I don't care. I got no qualms with taking care of what I need to take care of now. And you included. You know, it's like, if it need be that you go missing or I go missing, then need be you had to go missing. So please don't come to my front door. Don't knock on it and don't fuck with me no more. And you won't have no problems. Now, if you want problems, come to the door and we'll fuck around and find out again. Because you already found out I'm not going to stay on the other side of the door while you're at it. I'm just going to go out the window like the cat. My cats will come with me and my dog will come with me. He'll be on the other side of the door, pissing in the wind.
Well, if someone's coming to threaten me and they're on the outside of my door, I got things that go through the door.
There you go. Amen. God bless. You know, like, figure it the fuck out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on my 12 ounces of coffee and feeling good, ready to get my shit started. I was trying to look for a job, but I'm going to sit here and vent for the day for an hour or two, you know?
Right. Yeah, I understand.
No,
It took
honey
me a
tastes
little while
sweet.
to find my job here.
Pure honey tastes sweet, but what comes from the lion? From the eater of the lion comes something sweet. What is it?
The honey.
The honey. What he said he did, he did. Did he slay the lion? Yes. Did it grow honey inside of the lion carcass? Yes. So, hey, when I come along and slay you and walk on by, just don't wonder what happened. Don't wonder what I did. Don't wonder, like, oh, he's so prideful. He just walks around and says what he's going to do, and then he says what he did. Yeah, these are my adventures before and after. Like it, love it, don't care about it.
If you come by and slay me, I ain't got nothing to worry about anyway. I'm dead.
We're all in this fucking schooner tuna. We're all in this shit together. We're all brothers and we're all sisters. And when you get out of line, someone's going to have to take care of you. Gosh, I hope it ain't me. But you show up at my house running your shit like you always be doing, like, you know, at some point, someone's going to deal with you. It's either that or I'm going to get dealt with. But I tell you, I'm ready a second time around. That first time I might have been caught slipping, but with God behind me, I truly do now believe the power of prayer and what it will do and make you do. It did it for 10 days. It kept you at bay. You know? It's just amen. Like the power of prayer, the power of dreams, the power of knowing when you step out that door, you guard it really highly. I walk tall with my big stick. There's no pride. There's no pride. I look at the ground 90% of the time. I don't talk to you. I don't want to talk to you. And I'm just doing me. If you don't like it, you can either get in the way or you can be removed out of the way, or you can try and take me on or take me out. But as far as I was concerned, the one person that could have took me out, that brought me in, they not here no more. So now it's just me.
Yep.
You know, got to do it myself. And I got to put my big boy panties on, and the Lord brought me in. And when he decides to take me out, that's when I'll go out. Ain't got nothing to do with you. I doubt you got a pair big enough, you know, but hey, let's hope somebody gets egotistical on here and says, I can't believe he said that. Yeah, well, I said it. I didn't know if he would do it or not. Well, fuck, if I said it, I'll probably be about it and I'll probably do it. No, he won't.
Right.
The cats are enjoying the good food.
There you go, Puget Sound.
You're gonna fall off the couch. You better get up.
What, the cat?
The dog. He's
the dog
tipped over backwards on the couch. He's starting to lean. He's got his back to the edge of the couch, dude. He's right on the edge too. I'd about pay money. He's gonna fall. If I sat down again, he'd fall. So I'm not gonna. He's gonna fall anyways. He's just sliding that way slowly. I almost want to film it, but I don't because it's not funny. It'd be cruelty. You're gonna hear him go thud here in about 3 seconds. Ooh, there was the cat. What did
Talking about the dog, and the cat had to make his presence known.
Oh, now the dog's awake. He just woke up. What did you drop now? God. You guys are always breaking stuff. Ooh, it was a bulb. All right. Here's our. Oh shit. All right, you guys, don't play around here. There's too much. Look at this. Broken a million little pieces.
Oh, nice.
It's shattered. Damn, and there's all little. I got to make sure it gets in the trash quick. Didn't need that fluorescent bulb. You guys get out of here. You're gonna be cutting your feet now. Look, now you got to be dad and make sure they stay safe. Dang.
They are like kids.
They're fucking worse than kids. They break shit all the time. That's all they do is break shit. The more I buy, the more they break. The dog woke up straight away. Didn't fall like I had anticipated. I thought for sure he was going to fall. But now we got the broom out. We're sweeping.
Yeah, Desert Goat, that is the best thing to do. And really listen to your old school people, because the old school people might have actually lived it. I know that's where I learned was from old school people on how to survive in the wilderness.
Well, do I think it's clean enough? No.
Uh-oh. There he is. He's
Needs to
back.
be-
He's coming back, I think. There he is. He's back.
This is just nonstop work around here. This is what bad men
Animals do that to you.
They give you a run for your money. They piss on your brand new mattress. Everything that's new is quickly old. So why not just buy old stuff from the beginning?
Right.
And if you got glass in your feet by the end of the day, you did something right. I'll go sit in the lazy boy.
Well, man, it was good talking with you. I got some things I got to do. And I'm glad you're out, and I'm glad to see you in good spirits, man.
Oh, yeah. The full armor of the Lord, full time. No bare feet. No, I have socks on, but no bare feet. Yeah, thanks, Tammy. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for chilling with me for an hour and 43 minutes. It makes the show what it is. I appreciate good communication, good talking, and I never find a dull moment or when I'm not talking, you're talking, you fill the air and the airtime. So I appreciate everything you do in the community, and not a lot of people see what you do, not a lot of people get to have you as a guest. So I appreciate you popping on here.
It's getting less and less too. Because I'm tired of the drama stuff.
I hope that you can make
We got too much to worry about surviving in this world now than to worry about drama because he said, she said.
Right. It's no BS. Get it done. And, money's a thing. So when I come up, hopefully I'm giving to you or helping you or donating to your channel, and the next person's paying it forward. Because
I don't ask for no money. I don't want no money from people.
I try not to, but I'm getting to that point where I have nothing. So once you hit rock bottom,
I do understand where you're coming from.
It's just bad. I don't know.
But don't be surprised if you do. If you got a PayPal or something like that, and you ask for some help, don't be surprised if I do give you some money.
Yeah. Like, it's good knowing that I have people on there. My PayPal's not in the negative anymore. I put and deposit money into there and keep it good. It's just nice to have $5-6, you know. It's not a lot, but it does get you by. And like yesterday, I went to the gas station, put $5 in. You don't realize what $5 does for you until it produces that $5 produces $80, and it grows. And yeah, it feeds. So I wish these you know, the people coming in from other, like, Mexicans or other ethnicities, Honduras, if they're going to come into America, I mean, do give to YouTube, give to the people on YouTube, help out. It's not just your families that need back home.
I agree. But on that note, Charles Kyle said, "Is it okay if I join?" But Puget, you have a good one, bud. And I'm out of here. You try to have a good one, FTP.
Yeah,
and I'm out.
Have a good rest of my day. All right, enjoy your day. God bless. What? Who is a mute person? Question. Looking at my comments, private chat. I'm that person. You're anonymous. That's what we call you. You're anonymous. Autonomous anonymous. Anyways, I think that will end it for the day. We've had a good day. Ended on a good note. Charles, thank you for coming in the room. Thank you for being here. I've been live for an hour and 46. Now I see you backstage. FTP will vet you. Hey, I just got done cleaning up glass. I had a long day already. These cats, man. I had to change. My voice is gone. You're a mute person. Your voice is gone. Arms weak, knees weak, arms are sweaty. There's vomit on his sweater already. I like it. You can be whatever you want to be. You can be a mute person, a deaf person, a blind person. Jesus takes them all. He accepts them all. So, hey, open up that camera. Let a brother in. You know? If you can't call me a brother, what am I? Anyways. Puget sounds. Call me anytime. Yeah, you never know. I might after this because jobs seem to be fleeting. So I just piss my mornings away hanging out with all you. I should go get a donut and a burrito this morning. It's about that time, right about 10 o'clock. Puget Sound, man, have a good day. I don't know. Someday we're going to have to get you up on the panel, but I understand. You know, I would definitely let you up on the panel and probably just, you know, you could just mute your camera and just sit and talk, you know. But sometimes it's not fun putting all your business out on the internet. Not everybody likes to be like me and fringe lunatic, you know. So, you know, it's hard co-signing me, you know. Puget Sound, I'm a little out there. So filming is what I do. Drama is kind of what I do. Am I a train wreck? Not anymore so much. They took a little bit out of that. They beat the redheaded stepchild out of me. But I'm not any less. Much love and respect. All right. Peace. Thank you for the 6 people in here. Go to my page, donate, go to my about section, go to my actual YouTube page, find my channel, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notifications button so that you get me going live. Let's get a little bit of a following. You can see my numbers are low right now, and it's not because I haven't been on for 6 years plus. So I have some time. If you like what I said, say Tammy Linlin. Always a pleasure having him on. He makes the show what it is. It is not me that makes the show. He is the one that made the show, and the current events. I call them the current events because he knows what I what I like. He knows we're on the same page. What he talks about, I'm kind of into, and he knows people that I know in the community. He's very pleasurable to talk to, and he's always got a smile. And I know he believes in God and tutus. And when he's sitting in his garage in a tutu, you can't help but laugh and smile. So the man definitely knows how to smile and not have drama, and not necessarily swear or cuss or you believe it or not, he put on a better show than I did. I lost it a little bit halfway through, but he also knows how to bring um, a side of me out that is protective and needed to come back anyways. So that persona of me, um, again, I don't want people thinking that I am a pushover. I don't want people thinking that I have no pride or morals or values coming into this. I do like respect. Respect is key. Continue doing what is the next right thing. Uh, your sobriety is very important to me. I care about you, and believe it or not, I will let you speak for an hour and take up time and take up platform and feel good about yourself as you go on throughout your day and get your cup of coffee. And you just know your venting is it's free. It's free speech. Everything I say is free speech. It's garnered around free speech. I love free speech, and not even a prison cell will I say is not free, because when you get in there, you can say and do what you want. And yes, it's all got consequences, but for the most part, they can only keep you so long in the hole. So what you cage, you must release also. So like a cat with 9 lives, here I am, and until I'm not, I'll be with you till God takes me home. And um, if I don't see you in the near future, I will definitely see you in the far pasture. With that, I will pass. Enjoy your day, all your live long days. I just get by. I just get by. Bye.